currently 6:30 on Halloween, and I'm hiding from my books because I can't take it anymore. Hello friends, it's Shayla, and it's also the last day of wait. No, it's not. It's October 30th, and that means that tomorrow is October 31st, and that means that tomorrow is the last day of, I was gonna say Halloween, but I mean October. So, what I wanna do is get my shit together. You see, I had super big plans for October. It's spooky season, I have to read all the horror books, I have to read everything that's on my TBR that's horror related, and I just didn't. I read 2 books that were horror related, and I had so many more that I wanted to get to, and I just did not get to them. So, my plan tonight is to have a 24-hour readathon. It is currently 10:15. I want to read 5 books by the end of tomorrow. By the end of tomorrow, midnight. So technically it's like a 26-hour readathon, but who cares? I need that extra 2 hours. Let me just show you everything that I plan to read so that we can get on with this, because I am wasting time here. The first book that we have here is Ring Shout by Jelly Clark. This is a book that takes place in 1915, and it follows this group of black girls who are kind of hunting down KKK members who also happen to be demons. I have not gotten that far into it, so I don't know if they're disguising themselves as KKK members or if they are actually like all just demons that have come to destroy the world or whatever demons do. But, you know, be racist is definitely high up on the list. So they're hunting down KKK members and they're kick-butt badass women, and I'm just super excited to read this. Not necessarily horror, I guess, but it's definitely scary, because what's more scary than racist white men? I'll let you decide. Don't listen to me. Then I have I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. This is about a woman who is actually visiting her boyfriend's parents for this winter kind of weekend getaway. She's having second thoughts about their relationship and thinking of ending things, but I have a feeling it has a lot more to do with other things as well. So I've heard this book is super freaky, really like a mind fuck, so I'm really excited to see what everyone's talking about. And of course there is a movie on Netflix for it now that came out a few weeks ago. I did not order the movie tie-in edition of this book, but thanks Book Depository, I guess I have it now. But I really want to read this before I watch the movie, and I actually have plans to watch the movie on Sunday, so it has to get read. This one is 210 pages, so I'm not sure if I'll finish it. I know 210 pages isn't that much, but in combination with 4 other books it kind of is. I forgot to mention that Ring Shout is only 181 pages, so obviously it's not that big a difference, but I feel like this is a little more achievable in a 24-hour readathon. The next one is 140 pages, and it's also by Jelly Clark. I forgot the first letter in his name, I'm so sorry for missing that. This is The Haunting of Tramcar 15, and this is a story that came out before Ring Shout. He writes a lot of short fiction, I guess. This follows a detective and his partner who are trying to like figure out some sort of mystery. I'm gonna assume that has something to do with a haunted tram car, but yeah, they're trying to save the city from some sort of approaching danger, and I'm really excited to see what that's all about. Then I have Monstrous, which is a graphic novel by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda? This is volume 5 in the Monstrous series, and I am in love with this series. I love it so much. I am a little concerned because this is, like I said, volume 5, and I remember being a little bit confused in the last volume, so I'm thinking I should probably reread volume 4 before digging into this, but I don't have time for that, so I guess we're just not going to do that. And finally I have Gaio by Junji Ito, which is a story that follows this town that's become like attacked by these walking fish. I don't know, like they scurrying fish. They're like fish with legs essentially, and apparently they stink really bad. I read the first maybe first 15 pages or so of this. I'm very much struggling to read manga. This is my first manga ever, and I kept forgetting that you're supposed to read right to left instead of left to right. So yeah, that's kind of important to remember. So hopefully I can get it into gear, because like I don't have time to be confused and stuttering through this, because it's a 24-hour readathon. Junji Ito is very well known for his horror manga, very graphic content, supposedly very scary. I want to be scared, so I'm ready for it. I'm not balls deep into any of these. In fact, maybe this is the furthest I have gotten into one. Well, that's not true. I started Ring Shout, but I wasn't like very... I'm 23 pages into Ring Shout, and then I don't have a bookmark in this one, I'm pretty sure. See, I don't even... I'm messing up. I'm messing... Oh! I just saw the most disgusting graphic. Okay, so maybe I'll start with this because I've already gotten somewhat into it and it's a manga, so I should be able to fly through it, I hope, if I can figure out how to freaking read it. I'm gonna get started because I've been talking for way too long for an intro, so bye. Okay, so it is a little before 12:30 and happy Halloween, everyone, first of all. Second of all, I finished Gaio and I was not wowed by it. Personally, I didn't even think it was just okay. I felt pretty meh about it. So yeah, I'm disappointed that my first Junji Ito read was not that great. I felt like it was just a story that just kept going even though I wanted it to stop. And yes, it was very graphic, it was really gross, but nothing that made me want to puke necessarily. I didn't get what I expected. I definitely thought it was going to be a different story, and it ended up being a different story. Does that make sense? I expected something and then didn't get any of that necessarily, so I was surprised, but not in a bad way. It just didn't go in the way I expected it to, and then it just kept going. And going. So yeah, was not a fan. Not a great start to this little readathon, but I do want to kind of purge my mind from that, so I think I'm going to continue Ring Shout now, and hopefully just forget everything I saw in that other book because it was a lot. But yeah, I'll definitely give more detail in my wrap-up at the end of the month, so that's just why I'm not saying much right now, because I will talk about it again in another video. One book down. I should be... oh, there are bonus stories in here. I'll come back and read the bonus stories eventually, but right now I'm tired of this book. I don't really want to look at it anymore. But that is 358 pages done, not including this little short section for the bonus. And let's just add some more to that page count. Hello everyone, it is about 12:30, is that right? Is it past 12? It's 12:42 now. I finished Ring Shout about 20 minutes ago. It took me a lot longer to read it than I thought it would, but it was really good. I really appreciated what it did for me. It gave me Dread Nation vibes, which I love Dread Nation. It's a good book, you should read it. But I really love narratives that just take people of color and place them in historical settings and give them power. The main character, Maris, is just such a badass. She's so cool, and I like that she's also very vulnerable and she has this really dark past, but she's also just such a funny character. Sorry if my dog is in the way, but I don't think no, there you go. Don't move it, please. Come on. Hi, Papa. But anyway, she's such a funny, witty character. And there's so many good, hilarious moments in the book, mixed in with a lot of gross stuff. I think I said it wasn't classified as horror when I was introducing it in this vlog, but there's definitely a lot of monsters in here, lots of gross imagery, so yeah, I think it counts as horror. Yeah, it took longer to read than I thought. I had trouble getting into it some, and I felt like it was pretty slow, even though it's a short, it's a novella. But anyway, I still liked it overall, and I gave it 4 stars. But since I took so long to finish that, we really have to get back on track for the rest of this reading vlog. I have 3 books left on my TBR, and I have like 11 hours to do it now. So this one, obviously, Monstrous shouldn't be a problem. It's a graphic novel. This will probably take an hour of my life, if not less. But this is 210 pages, and then this is 140. And clearly, I have just proved to myself that I'm not as fast a reader as I thought I was, and can't just speed through novellas and short books at a reasonable time. So I don't know which one I'm gonna read next, but I feel like I'll have an easier time getting into this one. And I want to save the graphic novel for like when I'm feeling burned out, which is kind of already, which is a problem, but it's fine. I am determined to get this done, so I definitely think it's more realistic to finish this one first because it is 60 pages shorter than this one, so we're gonna pick this one up, but we'll see how this goes. I just really love how Clark writes. I think he is so funny and his characters have such witty lines. Like I actually laugh out loud when I'm reading this, and I don't know if it's that funny to everyone else. Maybe I'm just in a happy mood, but I just think it's hilarious. So we're following these 2 detectives, and one's like a rookie, the other one's like a seasoned veteran, and he's kind of showing him the ropes and everything. So it's your typical like buddy cop movie. And then this new girl comes in, and she's a waitress, and they're at a restaurant, and they're talking about their like case, and I guess they're trying to be secretive about it, but doing a terrible job. So the woman says, "You will forgive me for disturbing your meal," she said with a placating gesture, "but I couldn't help but overhear your troubles. Something about a haunted carriage or trolley?" Hamed glared indignantly, but her tone only turned sharp. "Oh, stop tightening up that big, great square jaw of yours. The place is nearly empty, and you 2 have been going at this for almost an hour. You know how boring serving food is? What else am I to do to pass the time? Speak with lower voices if you don't want me to listen. Besides, you're not the first of the ministry's spooky boys to come in here, you know." Hamed felt self-consciously at his jaw. It wasn't so square. And spooky boys? Like, I just love these characters. I think I'm enjoying this one a little more than Ring Shout right now. Just a little bit. Currently 6:30 on Halloween, and I'm hiding from my books because I can't take it anymore. There's something weird happening here. Every time I open my book, my eyes, they shudder like I can't see, and I think I'm being possessed by something. So I'm hiding in my closet because if I open another book, I don't know if I'll make it. But I have 5 hours left. What is time? I don't know. Of this readathon, and I have to keep going. So I just wanted to give an update. So I guess I'm just gonna stay in the closet because I've committed to this bit. So here we are. Like I said, it's 6:30. I have 2 books left that I plan to read for this readathon, and definitely not enough time to get to both of them. However, as a game changer, I just acquired the audiobook for I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and it's only 5 hours and 22 minutes, which very much surprises me, but I guess it's only 200 pages, so it shouldn't, but that could change things. However, I am a little skeptical of how I'll feel about it if I read it via audiobook, because I just feel like it won't be as scary, it won't mess up my mind as much, so I don't know. But I kind of need it because at this point I don't really have a choice if I want to finish them both, or I could just concede and read one of them. And then I have Monstrous, and honestly I really want to read the graphic novel right now just because my head is killing me and I've been reading all day and I just would love to just look at pictures for the rest of the night, but I want to get to both. So it would be really helpful also to have the audiobook because I can listen instead of reading for some of it. And yeah, so both of them would be good ideas, and I don't see why I shouldn't do the audiobook and this. All that aside, I finished The Haunting of Tramcar 15, and it was really a fun story. My favorite thing about it is just like the lead detective, the one who's very much a seasoned veteran. He is so insecure. Like, yes, he has this rookie with him, so he's constantly comparing himself to him, but not even that. It's just like when people say things about him, he just automatically like starts like thinking, oh my god, like what? So there was another scene that I didn't read to you where he was like trying to do this ritual and they needed him to drum a beat or something like that, or just like make some music. Someone said that he keeps rhythm like an Englishman, and he was so offended, like, on the inside. And he's like, I don't keep rhythm like an Englishman. I have great rhythm. It's just hard to get on the beat when you're just starting. And then, like, it pans over to his partner who's just, like, flawlessly doing it. So I just love that little comparison between the two of them. And it was just a really fun, funny story. I laughed so many times while reading it. And I think P. Dejeji... Jeji? I've forgotten this man's name, oh my god. And I think the author is just really good at writing such immersive, very detailed and thorough worlds in such a short amount of time, so that's what I really like about those books that I read by him. Dejeli Clark, P. Dejeli Clark, I couldn't remember his name for a second. And yeah, so that's all my updates for right now. I'm gonna get out of the closet, and I'm just gonna go read more until my eyeballs fall out, which is a likely possibility. Hello! If you're watching this, that means you made it to the end of this vlog, for which I am very, very thankful. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate that. I just forgot that I'd never wrapped up this video, and so it's now 3 a.m. on November 2nd, and that means that I need to wrap this up. So very quickly, I just want to wrap everything up. So I read Gaio, which I gave 2.5 stars. I read Ring Shout, which I gave 4 stars. I read The Haunting of Tramcar 15, which I gave 4 stars as well. I read Monstrous, which I never rated because I was actually really confused while reading this, and I really do need to go and just like reread the series. So I didn't feel comfortable really giving it a rating just yet, but art style still beautiful, story confusing, but I'm still invested, so undetermined amount of stars. And then I'm thinking of ending things, which I gave 4 stars, I think. I actually did not finish this during the readathon. I had gotten to page 126 of this book during the readathon, and I had like 2 hours of the audiobook left, but like times 2, so like an hour of it left. But I did end up finishing it after midnight, and it was really, really good. Very confusing, but I like where it went, and I expected it to go a little further. I'm disappointed that it wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be, but still overall really enjoyed reading this. So I'm pretty happy with everything I read. I think this was a really successful readathon because I read 4 books, 4.5 books, and I think that's pretty awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a very happy Halloween, and please go vote tomorrow. Like the day after this is November 3rd, and I really, really need you guys to go do your civic duty and save the world. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great night. Links in the description where you can go follow me on Instagram and Goodreads. Boom.